House. House. What is a house? House. That is House. Now, house combines two words, a hoe and use. And that is usually because every house may have a woman that is willing to bend over so that you will pick up a hoe and do something for her. It was really important. And they're always like kids and stuff like that. They always need to work. So there's always, wherever there's a house, there's going to be a hoe. Because they were, they could have flowers, they had their garden and stuff like that. And that's a part of a house because everywhere around the house, the hoe is going to be used. And it's going to make the house look beautiful because of all the, decorations. Like, look at all this stuff we have here. Because of the hoe that's been used. Look at all this stuff. Isn't that cool? And no beautiful, shy Irish lady had to drop a hoe in front of people. The letter H is trading. The letter H means tying the knot. The letter H would also mean water, stone, and air to put out the fire. So where the letter H is found, it means to put out the fire. So it basically means that the fire is forbidden around the house. So it starts with the letter H, meaning fire is forbidden here. And the letter H is always putting out the fire with that letter H. It was a way of tying a rope. It was a way of trading with other people. It was also marking 666 on the ground when you're opening up a trade circle with your neighbors. The purpose of that was so that nobody was hurt and that trades were peaceful and that nobody would make a mistake or have a misunderstanding that would end up hurting anybody. There's a lot of things that could happen, like allergies or who knows. So, it was really important to hold those traditions and to keep them. When they broke them, people would die. Like if they didn't keep a virgin or whatever pure and clean, then that girl could kill somebody, right? They might die young and then they'd look at their insides maybe and be alarmed and then, so that's why there was those rules existed, because otherwise people would get hurt. So the letter O is sharing. And so it's going to be for more than one person. The letter U is hungering, and it's going to be for themselves. So it basically means that it's owned. That it doesn't really belong to other people. That it actually is going to be owned by somebody. Does that make sense? And because compared to all the other buildings, you think of a house as something that people own more than anywhere else, because it's a home. And then there is the letter S is measuring what enters the body. And then the letter E is asking a question beyond the origin of thought. It's going to come from the next plate of food. And so with that whole word together, it's basically putting out the fire, sharing, doing it for yourself, doing things for yourself, and then it's wondering what to put in your body. That pretty much describes home to me, right? Is there anything else to do besides check the refrigerator? I don't know. That kind of sounds like home to me, right? Pretty good description. But home That would be HOME. That is, starts with trading. That's homey. That's starting with trading and then sharing. And then the letter M is moving to a better location. So the letter M, when it would appear on a map, it wasn't a straight line like other lines. It was a zigzag line. And the reason for that was because when people returned to a camp and people were gone, there would be entrails left behind with runes inside of them. And for a child or something, to make sure that the child did not get lost, this would be done. And they'd know to go through this one at a time. Every rune's going to show them where the next marker is. And this way, it makes it impossible for the person to get lost. They're going to find where the next camp is located. And so every rune that you find in Scandinavian, ancient, whatever, that have a story tied to it, all of those meanings came from some kind of journey as somebody was following somebody else's zigzag. Does that make sense? So that's really interesting to look into. But a home is basically means you have found the better place. Like it's like establishing ownership or something to be proud of, because now you own something that's yours and it's better than what you had before. It's home, right? It's actually better than everywhere else. And then the letter E is there to ask, is it actually better than everywhere else? So it starts with trading, it starts with putting out the fire, sharing, and asking, is there anywhere else that's better? That's home.